J Moore, the very best reviews. Tell them none can contest, we gon'
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the show. We're going to break down Power, Book 4, Episode 4 for Season 3, the final season, and a couple of different topics about the show and things that's going on. I know I normally would have did this on a Friday, but it was Black Friday yesterday, and of course, that's after Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving, I did do the live recap, first reaction after the show. And man, we had a good time. Great conversation. Shout out to everybody on that podcast. And it was like 4 hours or so. Then combined with having to run around with some Black Friday. Point being, I was wore out. I could barely, I was about to pass out. I wouldn't have made it. I'd have fell asleep live on here. Which actually happened before, a few years ago. People thought something happened to me. They was worried. But here we are. So, appreciate everybody for coming through. And put the link in the description in case anybody want to come up and chat. It's all good. And a couple of things. Really going to talk about Tommy and Claudia, but that ain't the total focus. Hold on, I'm burning up over here now. I got to turn this damn heat down. Woo. All right. One of the things that I noticed from this last episode was when Tommy went to go see D-Mac in the beginning, after he already had his little powwow with Diamond in the basement, he was telling D-Mac, give me the gun. I'm going to go clean this up. I didn't know you was trying to do this, whatever the case. And he told D-Mac, no matter what, you ain't gonna never be in CBI. You can kill, steal, destroy, whatever. We don't need you. But then in the same episode, Tommy like, you back in, welcome to CBI. Like, dang, you sure had to change your heart quick. I don't know. We got our first guest in the building, my man Damian Kenny. What's good, fam?
Hey, Jay, how are you?
I'm all good. How you doing, brother?
I ain't doing it good as you are. You went 6 hours, bro, till 6 in the morning.
Bad. You see, I couldn't recover the next day. That took a lot.
I don't get it in me like that, man.
I ain't got it like that tonight either. That's why I put it up early. Let's get to talking early.
No, that's the $6 million J, man.
Nah. I might have been all right if I ain't go out Friday, but it really wasn't a lot of stuff though out there. I only got a couple clothing items and things, but that's the last thing I really need. I ain't got nowhere to hang up nothing.
So the weather's good, no snow.
It did snow a little bit, but not enough to really stick and cause any problems. So
That's good. That's good.
Encouraging Warrior. What's up, girl? How you doing?
Hey, baby.
Oh.
What's up, Jay? What's up, Damien?
Hey. How are you?
We all good. How you doing, Encouraging Warrior?
I'm good. I'm kind of disappointed my team lost. I'm mad, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? We gonna be back at it again. They praised your team. They praised your team the other day.
What team?
The Eagles was going against the Bears.
Okay. The Bears won, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
I did catch that. I ain't catch a lot of news this past weekend, but I did catch that.
He
Hey,
put that in the Discord.
okay.
I
I ain't.
refuse to I refuse to pick a team that those aren't my teams, so I refuse to pick one.
I know, right? I ain't been able to catch up these last couple days, but I did wear my GLD chain.
Okay.
Don't look too bad in person, right?
Nah, it looks nice.
Yeah, it was real nice.
Uh,
Now you need that football helmet.
Dang, I should have showed you my Chicago Bulls when I'm about to show you that next. But they're small though. They're only like this big. They need to be like this big. Now, if they that big, you should play on the team. All right. Now, I'm gonna get to a couple of these comments because
He didn't touch that mouse again.
Oh no.
He just touched that mouse again. He'll be back.
dang man, my bad. The way this mouse is, boy, good grief. It's really sensitive. If you swipe left or right on it, it'll switch pages. And so sometimes when I accidentally glide my finger across it to the left or right, it'll switch the page, and that's why it look like I disappear or I'm gone. But then I got to switch back, and it's got to load. But what's good, Amby Bambi, Hope Lee, Brandon Tony said, I don't think Tommy will go for Claudia right away. He's smart enough to know that she's being guarded by the police. I mean, plus he saw her getting escorted by the cops, but that don't mean that they sticking with her though. But what do you all think? Damien, I'll let you go first. What do you think about Tommy and Claudia's situation? We kind of touched on it a little bit when we had that first recap with Encourage and Warrior and everybody last time. But do you think? I mean, I know he got the Liliana stuff, but do you think he really gonna try to go for her right away, like they kind of implied, or is he gonna be more strategic? Um, let alone the police, just the heat, or is it a trap? I don't know. What you think about Claudia and Tommy's situation, Damien?
I feel like he got to be more strategic. I mean, he got more enemies out there than he got allies. I mean, you got both of the Flynn siblings. You know you can't trust them. You got Janard and Shanti trying to work their thing. I don't know if he trusts them at all. And Janard got influence over Diamond. So, I mean, he got to play strategic. At this point, the only person he can really, really, really trust is D-Mac, which he don't want to, but
Mm-hmm.
he don't have no choice. D-Mac won't listen. And then he got
I just tried to look outside because I see Crystal says she buried over here in snow in Milwaukee or something. So, but yeah, I hear you. Yeah, man, that does make sense, and I feel you. He do got to move more strategic. But one thing I'm actually surprised they said this episode was and I didn't pick this up right away, but watching it is when Tommy and Diamond was in the basement and Tommy was like, why you didn't tell me this or something. Diamond did have a good point when he said, you always act before you think. Tommy like, but that's my family. But you know, it is weird that Tommy do usually act before he think, and now he trying to, I guess, be more strategic. So I guess we'll see this new side of him. I mean, he is pretty old now. He should be acting a little more strategic. But
what I was gonna say is he got D-Mac, he halfway has Diamond and Maria. So that's like 2 out of 3 people against everybody else.
I know, right?
Nobody at this point has a real reason to side with Tommy besides Maria and D-Mac. D-Mac doing it out of family loyalty. And Maria truly loves it. But everybody else, like, he can go.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Encouraging Warrior, what you think about Tommy and Claudia thing? And is he gonna try to be reckless and go for her? Or is he gonna stay strategic? He gonna let it go? If I was him, I'd let it go. But then again, I don't know.
No, I'm
Maybe I
telling
would.
you, Jay, like every single time, like we've been seeing this ever since the OG Power. Tommy always acts before he, you know what I'm saying, before he strategized anything, and then when it winds up blowing up in his face, then he wants everybody to be cleaning up behind him, and he want to be blaming this person, blaming that person. Like, no, Tommy, blame yourself. Just like when you went ahead and shot Angela. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? Prematurely. Didn't even
Yeah.
know all the story, because he thought that she had something to do with his father getting killed and all this other stuff. Lord, all this time his father was sitting there plotting behind his back.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
That
but
is
Angela stepped in front of Ghost Bullet, so Angela gave
Yeah,
her
that's
life for
true.
him.
I mean, so you think that bullet was meant for Ghost or it was meant for Angie?
I know Angela moved in the direction of the bullet.
right. That
She
was he.
made that decision.
I don't think she did it on purpose though, did she?
She did.
I can't
She
remember.
could see him.
Yeah, he Ghost
Ghost
did
couldn't
see.
see him.
Right, right. I doubt she would have died for Ghost though in real life.
For real. For
But
real. Because the way she was acting all scary, like she didn't want to like be with him if he continued to live that type of lifestyle, so she wasn't Tasha, of course, and that's where he messed up at. I'm sorry, audience, but all my sisters out there, we know
right, she
Ghost
couldn't go
messed
for
up.
that.
Ghost messed up the day he stepped out his marriage and decided to mess with Angela, and it was downhill ever since.
Well,
Like for real, everybody know that ever since he stepped out his marriage, everything was going downhill from there, from that point.
I'll say
What's up,
stepping
Jay?
out his
What's up?
marriage with her. If it would have been another ride or die, like a Tasha, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
even if she wasn't black, just she know the game and ready to do this and that. How you gonna be a big drug dealer with a damn attorney that want to lock you up as your woman, and she don't? You gotta hide you. That would have never worked. Living that double
I
life.
mean,
Mm-mm.
that was stupid. I mean, for real though, when I seen Power, I said, and Shanti, she getting tired of Jannard, because Jannard is not listening, because she trying to put Jannard against his brother Diamond. Whether he going, Shanti will tell Jannard, you got a choice with whether you gonna choose me or your brother, and we already know Jannard is not about to choose Diamond over no Shanti for her, because Shanti want to be the top dog and she want her own business. And matter of fact, she ain't got no soldiers and no product to sell to it. Jannard ain't got no choice but to end up taking her out.
That's true. Brandon Tony said Tommy also got Maria having his back. Encouraging Warrior, you think Maria really got his back like that? She let old boy, her brother, in this house. I mean, she ain't thinking right. In
I'm
my
telling you, when it comes down to it, if it had to be that ultimate choice, if she had to pick between Tommy and her brother, I strongly believe that she would pick her brother.
Okay. Well, that's bad for Tommy.
Yeah, it is bad for Tommy.
Yeah.
And that and this is where he always be falling short at. He always be bringing these broads in, telling them all his business, bringing them inside his house, and then he wonder why he be having taps inside of his house. Remember, he had bugs and stuff all in his house. Like,
Mm,
come on now, you got to protect your fortress.
that is
That's
Right.
your sanctuary. If you
And
can't,
then
if you can't be safe in your own home, where the hell can you be safe at?
that is true. That is true. Let me on a side note before we get to what McDam said. I gotta.
Okay.
Ooh, what is it about? What a minute, though.
That's Harold's chicken.
Hers chicken. Ooh.
Ooh.
And they got
What
that
you doing?
long
Free
star on the side of it
advertisement?
too.
This a real new era hat too.
You bought that from
Wow.
them?
Huh?
You bought that from Harold's?
Nope. I got
You
it
made
online.
it.
Nah, I ain't made that. I got it online.
Okay.
But the problem is my damn head got too big. You see that size, 7.25. And see, I thought because I had got this one and this is too big, I could put my finger in here. And this is a 8. But when I put this on,
Yeah, and you either much no though, and you think King Kilo is not gonna be listening to no Janora what he say because he knows D-Mac is surviving. It's a lie. He already know because he gonna end up getting released soon.
I don't know about all that.
I hope not. Good golly, that would throw a monkey wrench in everybody's plans.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
though, because it's gonna end up messing up the business between CDI and Janora and Diamond.
Damian Kenny, let me ask you this. McDam in the comments said that Tommy gonna tell Claudia to kill Miguel to even the score for Liliana. What do you think about that? That could be a good plan. I mean, I don't know if she could do it, but
Man,
It
Claudia
sounds like it.
could
It
fight her
sounds
way
like a
out of a
good
paper
plan.
bag.
what you say, Damien?
It sounds like a good plan, but to kill him, maybe to feed him to the feds. Not necessarily kill him, but give them somebody to get the feds satisfied. You know, killing them will move him out the way. It'll be better to move him out the way and have the cops satisfied so they'll be direct their energy somewhere else.
Yeah, because Miguel is working with Artigo to either much break down the takedown. Yeah, Artigo from jail to either much help him take down Tommy because we already know Miguel do not like Tommy.
Well, dang man, I forgot what you just said before that. You threw me off with the Ortigo. What'd you say, Damien, before that?
Oh, directing Claudia to
right.
feed Miguel to the feds.
This is what I want to say. If he did get her to do that or try to do that, it would ruin her credibility of working with the feds because now you basically murked somebody while you was out and supposedly setting up him. How they gonna use you and you didn't murk somebody? Like they gonna have to charge you with that, and it would basically ruin whatever she trying to do, in my opinion. But I don't know. Encouraging Warrior, what you think about that? If Tommy try to get Claudia to do it, I know you say she can't get out of wet paper bag. What'd you think?
She busts a grape in a fruit fight. Like seriously, she act like she's so hard, man. Especially in that part when she was up in the jail, and like she was acting all scary, talking about, "Oh, what am I going to do if Ortega take my protection off? I'm a dead person in here." Da 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 da. I'm like, yeah, that's how you really is. Like, and then you actually had to convince your little girlfriend to sell whatever the heck she was doing to give you the money to buy protection in jail. Like, you were so scary, man. That's why I don't think she's gonna do anything to Miguel. I mean, if she do, then maybe she'll do it as like a get out of jail free card.
For who though?
For herself.
If she take out Miguel, how would that be a get out of jail free card?
I mean, I'm talking about between her and Stacy, like, I'll give you Miguel if you let me go, type thing.
Maybe turn him in instead of Tommy. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, she's trying to get the big fish. I mean, she already running for mayor. Like, she needs something major in order for her to, like, stand out. and already she got that dirty money from Tommy.
She don't know about that. She don't know about that yet. We'll see how that hit. Robert in the comments, he say, "What up, Jay Big Dog? Glad I made the live. I appreciate it, man. Glad you made it." He said Claudia days are numbered, and Marshall gonna get dropped off messing with D-Mac and collateral damage. That would be messed up. And I don't know. They've been showing them two together. Marshall been the one kind of with the smarter head on his shoulders. This D-Mac storyline, I mean, they got 6 episodes left to what we gonna see. I doubt they're gonna make a D-Mac spinoff. So I'm wondering how is this gonna pull off. I mean, that's a possibility. I mean, Marshall, he already, like you said, a lot of people know where he lived. What do you think, man? That's a good little side thing, Robert. I think is possible. Steve, what you think about D-Mac and Marshall? You think Marshall might get taken out or something, messing around with D-Mac? I think those dudes that crap game, they would have put together that Marshall was his friend, in my opinion. But what?
Because that's when D-Mac he's much went and robbed that agent spot and robbed the money and told him put the money in the bag. And them people don't ain't see his face, but they seen Brandon face.
Yeah, but then why would you rob this place? You gonna tell this dude that work here to come with you, and you rob the place, and then what? You just let him go home? Like normally he would have got, like, you hit him one time in the stomach and then kidnapped him basically with you holding the money, and then what? Let him go? Like, you can't come back to work with my place after that and then be like, "Hey man, can I clock in?" Hell no. Hey, torture him. What you know? So I don't know. Anybody else want to comment on that little thing right there? Relationship between Marshall and them.
Marshall is like Ghost, and D-Mac is like his uncle Simon.
Yeah, that's another good point though, because when Tommy and Diamond was in the I'm behind on the comments trying to have Ortigo. When they was in the basement arguing, Tommy said to Diamond, "He's a kid," and he like, "D-Mac a killer," and he like, he would have did what we would have did. That kind of made Tommy pause for a second, because D-Mac is like, what, at least got to be 18 at least, even though they keep talking about go to school. I hope they ain't talking about high school. He riding motorcycles. He wasn't doing that at 16.
Hey,
He was
Jay,
in back.
this shows you how slow Tommy is. Why would you think D-Mac, your nephew, is still a child mentally, and he out here causing all kind of chaos and havoc out in these streets? This man got automatic weapons, kissing them like there's woman and all this other kind of stuff. Like, come on. Like, you have to, I mean, the boy shot a cop.
And Tommy
He's not a
wasn't
child
even there.
anymore.
And Tommy was never there for childhood.
Yeah.
So, like, what's his problem? You only known him a year. Didn't
The
he
boy
shoot
don't
at
even
Tommy?
respect his own father.
I know. Didn't he shoot at Tommy when he first met him, or shoot at them? I thought he shot at Tommy.
Yeah, he did. He called his father the very derogatory word,
The F word.
the F word. You know what I'm saying? Like, that really hurt him, yo. And I felt bad for him, because he's trying. But hey, that boy far gone.
And that's his mother. His mother kept him apart. His mother would not tell him who his father was. He had to find out for himself.
But he said, "Your father's a gay man
a
with
bundle
hair
of
like
sticks." A bundle of sticks. That word also refers to a bundle of sticks.
Well, I was trying to make a joke about the pimp named Slickback because his hair is
Show D-Mac's mom?
He's a
Did
gay
they
man
ever
named Slickback. Huh?
Did they ever show D-Mac's mom?
No,
I
that's
thought
kind
she
of crazy.
passed.
Oh,
I thought she did. She may be alive, who knows? But I think that's the reason why he was on his own, because he had ran away out from the foster care system.
Yep, and they was beating him up and hitting him in the stomach. He came back with all wounds on his body. And told me, I'm not going back there no more.
but Yvonne got a good point. He be carrying grenades. Like, he got grenades now. You gotta be
That's not Play-Doh. That's not Legos. Okay.
Right, he gonna go do homework now. That's a big mental leap. If anything, I can see them telling him to join the army.
I know, right? He got all that energy. He need to serve the military or something.
For real, you got grenades. What you think you about to what? Go do some history report?
But Tommy done lost so much family. He lost his father to the game. He saw Ghost. He lost Ghost. He couldn't connect with Tariq anymore. Tariq wouldn't listen. He don't want to see D-Mac go down that road. That's why he's so resistant to it, but he can't stop it.
No, it's too late.
The same way he couldn't stop Tariq.
Right. The Tariq thing could have been different because he knew him his whole life. So he's acting with D-Mac as if it was Tariq. Whereas
there you go.
when he met D-Mac already was down that road living that life. Maybe you made a good point. Maybe Tommy is trying to do for D-Mac what he couldn't do for Tariq.
Exactly.
And that's probably why he tweaking so hard. That's but it's backwards. You can't do that for somebody that you don't know really. And so, hey, CR, that's funny, man. He called his dad a cigarette. Because I got a friend in the UK and he like, I'm gonna smoke a and he called it the F word all the time. I'm like, dang, man, why you gotta kill him? He'd be laughing. I'm like, dang, what'd he do? Dan, what'd he do to you? You gotta kill him? I'm about to go smoke him. I'm a smoker.
Smoke him like a cigarette.
Yeah, but he actually talk about a cigarette. I'm like, man, why y'all call it that? But the reason why is because a lot of those people in the early 70s and 80s were skinny and white, like a cigarette.
Oh.
That's why you call it that. I'm thinking like cigarette.
Skinny white dudes. He's like, man, he's skinny and white. I'm like, man, y'all crazy, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's funny, man. What else this episode, man? Oh,
Shanti, and
what about Shanti?
Manny Fresh.
Manny Fresh. Do you think Manny Fresh gonna try to step to Shanti?
Probably, but if so in my experience in life, which I don't have really much experience next to zero when it comes to that life, but from what I've seen or heard people say, and in my experience personally, I never thought about switching over. But I think if you're not interested, it's like I don't know how somebody can make you interested. So if she get down like that, Shanti, then maybe she could get her. But if she don't get down like that, I don't think there's nothing she could do to get her. I think even though it's portrayed that women are easier to kiss another woman or women are easier to scissor or something, from the women I'm talking to in person, they say no. And they'd act like men as far as how a man would be like, yeah, if you go to jail, you're going to do this. You'd be like, no, I'm not. So I think it's like, now a person that would do those things, like, well, I'm not gay, but I needed the money. I can't do that for money. You know what I'm saying? So I think like a person that's not interested or on drugs. Now, if you on some super drugs, people do things on drugs. Who knows why we know why they on drugs, but they probably wouldn't do things that they wouldn't do if they wasn't on drugs. So long story short, even though Shanti is kind of masculine, she seemed to only like men from what I seen. I don't think she gonna get that plastic thing, but I don't know.
Manny Fresh don't like no masculine. Manny Fresh is the masculine one. So Manny Fresh
True.
don't want her to be bumping chest with a chick.
She's Shanti is more masculine because she like boxing. She kind of hard with the Jannard and Thug that, but she's feminine presenting. I won't say except for when she got her braids in the ring boxes.
How many dresses you see her wear?
That's a problem with women today, period, though.
Oh my God, here we go.
Yeah,
No, I'm saying
she don't wear you right. She don't dress at all feminine, but she make it feminine. Like that Bulls jerseys thing she wore. Now, normally that's got in between the white like rope strings to go between, but she took that out and had it V-neck, even though the boobies wasn't there. She trying to show a little chesticles and stuff, She got some little boobies, but she tried to make it feminine, more feminine is what I'm saying. Because that's more like
I'm still saying she ain't Manny Fresh's type. Manny Fresh, you know what I'm saying? They gonna be just like arguing too much because both of them want to be in charge. So somebody got to
why would she make
somebody
that
got to be
comment?
submissive to the other one.
Why would she make that comment to Jannard then? Unless it was like some old machos, like some,
It could have been
comment. How you referring to?
That she might take his girl.
No, there's something every stud say.
That is true. Both of those are
that
true.
Don't mean she studying or she trusts her.
True.
I didn't say trust. I said just try to take her.
Yeah, she might actually shoot a shot. I mean, there's people they shoot their shot on married people all the time. So you never know. One thing I did come across that was interesting, I didn't do a lot of deep research, but that same-sex couples have a higher divorce rate or just as high as everybody else.
And it's more expensive for them to divorce.
Because neither one of them want to pay or give in, or they can't say who's the what and not. And yeah, because who's gonna pay what?
I mean, if they have children, they're gonna look at who birthed the child. If that was the case, who birthed it?
Right.
You still on the hook. You still on the hook, but you still on the hook. But that's the birth mother, so she's gonna get custody.
Yeah, and as a woman paying another woman for alimony or spousal support stuff, that just don't sit right. They don't. Women just don't like that. Which men don't either.
But look at Halle Berry.
Oh, nobody like it.
Look at Halle Berry. Halle Berry had her first child. The dude was a model. She picked him. That man didn't rape her. So when the judge say you got to pay him child support, she hooping out and crying. But she wasn't even married to the dude. She was married to David Justice. She didn't have to pay him nothing.
Right.
When they asked David Justice about it, he said, "You know what? We could have made it if I knew something about therapy. We really could have made it if I talked more with my parents."
He was a bigger star than she was at that time, making more money, especially. But yeah, man, they didn't have no kids either, so that made their stuff a little different.
But what he's saying is they barely knew each other.
Yeah, they could
have worked things out and did better, but they weren't patient.
Oh, I believe that.
And that's what he said. He said they could have made it if he was more patient and sought out advice.
Well, now look at him. Who knows who he is today, other than some baseball fans, old baseball fans at that. But everybody know Halle Berry. But that's like.
But look at their personal life.
Talk about 50 Cent, which I think that's really sad, especially since they was only together for 6 months. and she's still talking about this relationship that only lasted like 6 months. Talking
And
about
she was married before. She was married before. Vivica.
I didn't know that.
She had her husband was a singer. His
Yeah,
name was 6ix9ine.
Oh, I remember him. Yeah, I remember 6ix9ine. I didn't know they was married, but
I like
anyway,
this comment that's on the screen.
what you want to say about that one?
He does make a valid point, though. But we all know what that's all about. We all know. I'm gonna say the key word: agenda. Okay. Okay.
Right. That is true to a certain extent. I'm gonna play devil's advocate on this for the comment. For those that may be listening, here's the comment. It say from Robert on the in the comments, why they always gotta throw a stud chick in these shows. We had the gay couple in The Shy, Snoop on The Wire, and now this chick Manny Fresh. What the hell? Okay. Here's the devil's advocate side. I'm gonna do both sides. So on the one side, the people that do it, because I actually heard some of this stuff, they say they trying to have inclusion and show these people do exist and they out there like regular people living life. Okay, on that note, it sound good. And maybe that's why they can say that's why we put black people or disabled people or da 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 da. Okay, but the problem I think people are really having, in my opinion, is not that they are in the shows, but they are in roles that most people never see these people in, I guess. I know I haven't. I'm sure it probably is some studs that ride bikes. And you know what? I actually saw was that Borat? Borat 2, where he came across the dykes on bikes and they all studs. They call it's a motorcycle gang called Dykes on Bikes. So they are out there, I guess. I just not realizing.
That sounds catchy as hell.
I know, right? They was beefy.
And this was an actual motorcycle group.
Yeah, it's in. I swear that was in Borat or Borat 2. I'm gonna pull it up and look. But yeah, and they were black. They were all black, and they do actually. Now I'm even getting more memories of it. They do the first woman to ride a motorcycle, I believe, cross country in the United States was a black woman. She's like famous in the motorcycle community. And they do,
Wow.
yeah. And this was in the like 50s or 40s. She did this. So, with racism and everything, and this black woman riding a damn motorcycle, these are older cycles, of course, so they ain't have like cruise control and stuff. And she riding cross country, and she was like in her 40s, and she used to do it. So they like do the commemorative road that she ride and stuff. So now they all was in they at least 30s and up. But I guess the younger generation, the YNs probably, riding the little crotch rockets like they was on Harleys and stuff. The dykes with bikes, they was on Harleys. They was big boys. So they wasn't on these type of Japanese motorcycles. So, maybe it is out here. Maybe like I said, I ain't no way I'm out here on the streets to be verifying. But so I don't know. But it does seem weird when you make them the boss or the killer or the gangster, like old girl with the gold teeth and who I used to call
Henry.
what I used to call her, Miles Davis.
Henry.
Henrietta.
Yeah, Henrietta and BMF. It just seemed, I guess, that these people don't seem in the right spot of who they are. Like they seem to make them more gangster or killers or tough, but I don't know. It was The Mule. That's right. It's The Mule with Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood. Man, that is a good movie, and it's a true story.
I
The
need to
Mule.
check that out.
That's the movie. I said Borat. I knew it was a tall white guy talking in my head.
Because I was like, Borat, I was like, isn't that a comedy?
I know. Well, hey, he made a joke with them. He's like, all right, bikes, get on the bikes or something like that. He had sat there and talked, but this is a recent movie, The Mule. So Clint Eastwood's like 90 years old in this movie.
Man,
and it's based on him.
I miss Dirty Harry and Clyde the orangutan.
Yeah, this movie is
Left
based on
turn, Clyde.
story. Go ahead.
Left turn, Clyde. Pop.
I can't believe Clint Eastwood still hanging on.
He's still alive now.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And yeah, The Mule. Man, that's a good movie. Basically show an old man, he trying to help his family. I'm not gonna give all the details, but he ends up getting in with the cartel, and because he an old white man, he was able to drive back and forth all over the place and moving product and never got pulled over. And I think he ended up moving like the most product than anybody in like a certain time span in America, almost like transporting it back and forth. He an old white man in a pickup truck. Then he ended up getting a nicer pickup truck, but it never got messed with till he finally.
He still need Clyde.
Huh?
He still need Clyde. He need Clyde great grandson, Clyde the third.
I can't remember that name in detail.
Clyde is the orangutan.
Oh man,
the orangutan from Any Which Way You Can.
I know what you talking about now. I didn't know you was still talking about that movie though. But yeah.
Yeah, Clyde need to be in The Mule. Clyde the third. He need to be in The Mule.
In The Mule. The Mule, a true story. He ain't got no damn orangutan in that movie. He would have got pulled over. Hey, what your old ass doing with this damn beast in your front seat?
That's my emotional support animal.
Then it ripped the damn cop's arm off. Actually, that might have been a good movie.
No, left turn. When you tell Clyde to do the left turn, put his left hand out and pop the person.
You must have saw that recently.
Yeah. I remember it.
That one comment that you had pulled up earlier, talking about why Tasha did what she did and Ghost and all this other kind of stuff, about the situation when Tasha was inside the car giving the little peep show to Sean. Let me tell you something.
Oh, yeah.
If Ghost was about his business, it was taking care of his wife. That's his wife, right? So you supposed to take care of your wife. If your wife got an itch, they need to be itched. He should have took that in the bathroom, in the club, and took care of business.
Oh,
and that's what it set her little behind down in the club. That's all that was. She was sitting there. She wanted attention.
She itched too much. He scratched that itch that morning, didn't he? She was itching already. She needs some cream.
No.
That was open at night. Like, let me celebrate open at night when it's over, and I'm gonna knock your head off. That celebration. Why you trying to leave in the seventh inning, fool? Let me hit this grand slam, and I'm gonna bust your head off to the white. You gonna feel this impregnation up in here. Oh, I made it, Daddy. I made it.
But that part when she was inside the back of that car like that, doing that, I'm like,
that's her.
Come on, Tasha, you acting mad thirsty now.
Yeah, she's trying to get revenge and payback in her mind.
That was low.
Yeah, that was low.
But everybody know what it was. Tasha represented the things he was trying to get away from. She didn't want to get away from that.
Yeah, he was growing and she wasn't.
And Angela was the representation of the things before he got into the game. And he wanted to just leave everything involved with the game behind. Tasha became the game. And
she loved the game.
Yeah.
Ghost never loved the game. It was a means to an end, from poverty to no longer being poor, and he got there. All right, I'm done. I don't want to keep being a drug dealer or risking my life or killing people. I got a club. I got businesses. I'm good. I'm done. She
And
like,
you know
no,
what?
I want to go shopping. I need to live this life. I'm this and that. You gonna be the best drug dealer in New York.
And instead of
And
messing
how
with
was she gonna
Drew,
be with Terry Silver?
she should have been messing with Tommy. That's what she should have been doing instead of messing with the help.
Because they both love the game. That would have been,
Exactly.
yeah, that would have been heartbreaking for Ghost. But that was more her speed. Nobody picked anybody they should have been with. And that's kind of another lesson in life. The one you want normally don't want you, and when you want something, they probably don't want you. Back vice versa.
But I'm saying, how was she gonna make it with Terry Silver?
That's
Was
what I'm
she gonna
saying.
draw
That's
him into the
God
game?
can't stand this scoop ball head.
That's the same problem Ghost got with trying to be with Angie. You being with people you can't be with, and you lying and
And
hiding.
she even went with Sean.
Well, that might have been that was whack because he was younger, but that was closer of her speed than, and not just because he was younger, he was too green, but she could have molded
Yeah, she did that so she could manipulate him.
exactly. That's
She
why I
could
was just
mold him
saying
into
she
the
could
man she
mold
wanted
him
him to be.
exactly, and then
That's
she
the
didn't have
same
to
thing
lie.
Kanan was trying to do.
Yeah, with Terry Silver, she couldn't have started having him be no
Yep, dud head Terry Silver.
milk dud.
Yeah, exactly. Dud head Terry Silver.
Hey, we Korowitz in the comments said Power Book 2 really went too far when they had those scenes with Drew and his boyfriend. Nobody asked for that. They had to be. I will
Thank you.
say,
Thank you.
I will say on that side, they didn't have to get so detailed.
Yeah, that was rough on the eyes. Let me just say
Yeah,
that.
I
That
didn't
when
need to see their positions and stuff. That was,
that when they bad at P Valley, man. Good God.
oh man,
Oh my
P
God, you said P Valley.
P Valley had too much.
Penis Valley is what it.
You said penis Valley.
They were doing all that stuff with the men and barely doing anything with the women.
That's the thing. So if you want to say if the devil's advocate side want to say, well, if they be showing all this stuff with the women in power, not in book 2, they didn't. We saw Drew and his people. We ain't see all them women Tariq had. They was covered up under the covers. And Tariq, we saw little Birdman Jr. up in there. Everybody won't see that. So that was on the same agenda, I guess. So Tariq, not the girl.
Look at Effie. We ain't see none of Effie. When Effie got down, she had on boxing drawers and everything.
I know, right? She said
Yeah, because and Kane was clapping them
Kane was
cheeks.
clapping them.
I mean, when she came home from what she had did to Diana, not Diana, but what the girl Lauren, when she sank Lauren's car, came home and undressed to get in bed, she had on buckle.
I know, right? Now let me ask for the other side of the argument, and y'all let me know in the comments. Is it women out there that get turned off seeing a heterosexual relationship like Angie and Ghost? How many people was like, here they go again. He up here, she riding that thing. I don't want to see that. He over here hitting that like he love her. Look at him. We looking at his chest. Looking at her titties again. Man, cut the scene.
Would love
Anybody?
to see that in the comments.
You said,
Come on, ladies. How many of y'all was out there hating on Angie or Tasha or Lala when she was sitting there giving it to Tommy?
I know, right? Tommy and Holly.
Yeah, in the beauty shop, sitting in the chair.
Ugh. What'd you say?
I ain't care nothing about Holly.
No, but I'm saying how many women, because we could say a lot of times it's mostly men that would prefer not to see the same sex scenes. And so I'm just putting that on the other side, playing devil's advocate of the argument. Is it any women out there that, because some women as well don't want to see the same sex scene. So but mostly it's a strong
over and over.
preference of men don't want to see it. So is it a preference with women that they don't like to see heterosexual scenes? I don't know. What do you think, encouraging where you get tired of seeing a heterosexual scene like Vic and his wife, even though they ain't really showing?
It depends on who the character is. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you.
About
If it's a character that I like,
they showed Vic this episode half naked with a towel on. Did you be like, put some clothes on?
I really don't care for Vic. So I mean,
I don't like Vic.
No, hold on, Steve. Just the lady's reaction. Hold on. I don't like him either. But no, so okay. Do you get a reaction? Like that's how some men feel when they see the same sex scene, or do you just be like, it just don't even register? You don't pay no attention.
I don't pay no attention because I don't find him attractive. If it's a character that I'm attracted to, yes, I'm all in the screen, everything. Like Omari.
Like
which I hope to God they bring back, but that's too much like wishful thinking.
What if Vic had a Rick Ross body? They showed
Jay, are you serious?
I'm just trying to see what would be equivalent, and I'm not trying to say it's an equal equivalency, but what would be equivalent of like a scene that women.
I mean, if Vic had a body like Jonathan Majors, yes, I will be looking at it. Okay, now give me the snaps, ladies. If he had a body like, like that, yes, that would be more eye candy. Let me just say that.
That is true. Lord Dragon say a straight person would never play a scene that goes against what he believes in. Well, you say what he believes in. Well, here's the deal. It is straight people that play scenes that they are not. And they say it's just acting. Which in the acting community, they agree and they look at that as like top of the art type thing. Like, oh man, they really don't that role. I could tell. You would have really thought they were gay. You would have really thought that was a woman. You'd have really thought that. And so they look at that as like excellent work. But as regular people and a person that like I'm in the business, not because I'll do it for free. I'll go and do Shakespeare in the Park. No, I wouldn't. Like I'm not in it for fame either, though. I like to get the money, and that's pretty much the best part to me. Now I ain't never made millions or nothing close, but a little bit of money for a lot of money compared to the amount of time I think is a good payout. Anyway, some people will do those things and they not, but a regular person or most people that's in the business won't, because they look at it as a job. I look at it as a job. So like, would you go to Walmart, work at Walmart, or work at your office and then start doing stuff to get a promotion or something, or for them to look at you, do things like, so like, that's how I see it. You know what I mean? But if I would maybe do these things, or I saw it for the love of the game, I guess, then maybe I would do things and maybe I would be somewhere else. Who knows? But that's like saying, why don't LeBron play this year for free? You got enough money, you got paid. You love the game? Yeah, but I ain't about to do it for free. So,
And then you have to look at it like this. A lot of people that play those roles are married with children. J. Alphonse, who plays DeMarcus, Lil Murder, married, children. The dude he was recently with, Big Teak, married, children.
And with that point you saying, that can go both ways too, because like Omari was supposedly having issues with his wife. If she's over there, he was doing good acting. It looked like he was knocking that out, the stuffing out that McMuffin on Angie the first couple seasons. and then all of a sudden, because I mean, if it's just difficult, man. Yeah, you know they
And he
acting.
was like basically knocking the Sonic coins out of Angie every episode.
Rings and
And
so
I'm like,
ass bling 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 bling.
and
Yeah. So yeah, man. And if I was with a woman and she was like, say if Angie was my woman. So here's the deal. Yeah, you act like you love that person, but you actually was on top of that thing, and your titties was really out. He really was squeezing them. Y'all really was kissing. Yeah, then you come home to me and I'll be like, how was work? Oh, it's all right. I just rode Omari for about 3 hours and squeezed my titties. You know, typical day. I'm like, hey, what the hell? I gotta come tomorrow.
But then you have someone like Cuba Gooding Jr. He said he had to do that love scene on Boys in the Hood, but he had to wear a cup.
Ah,
All those people in the room, and he had to feel on Mia, and he said it felt
man.
like he was assaulting her.
what?
They were younger though, too.
Yeah, but he said he still felt uncomfortable with it because of the way it went down. Now today,
So I get that when they say a lot of people in the room, it is a little different because everybody looking at you. Really, it's not like you in the corner of a party doing something. There's people in the room, but they ain't all focused on you. When you on a show or something, everybody looking at you. They filming you. It's you the thing. So that is different. I've never been in that situation. I'm just imagining that if everybody was literally staring at me, it would feel different. But then once I start squeezing on them body parts, I might forget that they there. I ain't gonna lie, man. The body take over. And yeah, if I was wearing a cup, that would kind of break up the the
Monotony.
yeah, it would. I used to
intimacy.
wear a cup when I used to play sports, and I never liked how that felt between my legs. So that definitely would have been bad. I don't know, man. They were young. I think a lot of times it could go either. That's why so many actors end up being with each other. They
So
spend a
wait a
lot of time
minute.
together.
So are they actually having sex with each other, or they not having sex?
They not.
Or it all depends.
They
Not.
not. They have an intimacy coach. They have
Yeah.
an intimacy coach on set with them. So
Yeah.
that person is telling them, touch here, do this, do that. And
And
everybody has to tell the intimacy coach beforehand what they comfortable with. I'm
exactly.
comfortable with this. I'm comfortable with that. Goes to the other actor. I'm comfortable with this. I'm comfortable with that. And the intimacy coach lays out the whole scene.
Mhm.
And
Yeah. And
it's
if you ain't
still people in
comfortable
the
with each other.
room with you, and you
Well,
have to
no,
take
they'll have
direction.
a closed set. So they got only the cameraman and the director. So it's as minimal people as before. Like with Boys in the Hood, that's before intimacy coach and closed set in the 90s. Because of all of the things that's happened in the industry since, today they'll have intimacy coach and like a closed set. But that wasn't the standard back then all the time. But yeah, man, they got a lot of that stuff going on to help people and stuff. And then when you see them like with Ghost and Angie, they got what's called a cock sock. That's what it's called. Okay, it is like a sock.
Put it on.
Yeah, you slide it over your Johnson and your Nards, and then it's got a little string that you could tie it up so that it's like ties up, so like you could walk around and it'll just be like a little like white bag around your junk. And if you riding it, it'll still get hard, but you ain't actually touching the skin. And it's not thin like a condom. It's like it ain't thick like a sock, but it's a little bag. It's a ball bag.
And the Kojos, Boris Kojo and his wife Nicole, they say they have rules that
I'm
they can't
sure
violate.
because they both are actors and they know the game. They both probably screwed people they worked with because this is how it go. I put on the stock and I'm Ghost, and then Angie, and of course I'm speculating, but I'm using them as an example. But we filmed this scene for how many hours, how many times, and both people are attractive and probably like each other. And after you done fake riding, it's just like grinding and stuff with a girlfriend or something. After you done did it so much, all right, pull this. Hey, meet me after work. What you doing later? Hey. And that's how it go down. Like you didn't develop these. First of all, you played like you liked each other. Then you riding and grinding, and you naked and doing this and that. Hey, you know what? Hey, you want to get some coffee? And next thing you know, you're cheating on your spouse, and you done left your spouse for the next one. And then you do a new movie, and now you're leaving them. You broke up again. So anyway, okay. We see going back to this episode, since we're talking about relationships, Steven's favorite person, Stacy Marks, she and her husband, they trying to make it. Well, they ain't making it work now because she want to be running from there or whatever. But I think something's gonna happen to him. I think he may try to investigate a case or something, or she have him chasing Tommy or some wild goose chase and he get killed. And something I don't know. I just got a feeling something gonna happen to him. They keep showing
I think he might get too close, and that Asian prosecutor might get him axed off because I don't trust him. He's sneaky.
That's a good
Yeah.
point.
She
Yeah.
needs him. Either way, it'll go good for her.
Yeah.
I mean, the
I mean,
divorce is
Stacey Moss
Hold
campaign.
on, Steve. Hold on, Steve. He was still going. Go ahead, Damon.
the divorce is bad.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's all right. The divorce is bad, but them staying together is good. But if he dies, well, then that's a widowed woman.
Yeah, that is true. That's gonna make her look good in the because everybody gonna feel sorry for her and all that other guy. You're right, David.
That was funny though, because I didn't think that, but the way you said it, she's a widow woman. I ain't thought about that because that's the women don't really talk like that no more these days. I'm a widow. I guess they be broke up before they get a chance to be.
If the
Be a widow.
divorce, if
But
the divorce is not finalized
that's true.
before his death, she's a widow.
Yeah.
If you're looking at
Yep.
it, if you're looking at it IRL in real life,
Hmm.
he dies before the divorce finalized. She still get everything he has.
Yeah, that's true. But even better than that, she can kind of save face, man, because she could have said we was working it out, da 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 da. Or like you said, the widowed woman, as she, they gonna if she continue to run for politics, she can say, "My husband was killed in the line of duty. I'm gonna make sure that everybody paid," or something like that, or whatever. Yeah, we had our tough times, but never this tough. A lot
And
of
I'm
those
gonna be tough on crime.
exactly, exactly. So you know how they can spin it. So I actually like what you said about that widow woman. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
because people in power and stuff, they actually I think got a little psychopathic streak in them because I think it was Winston Churchill, and somebody can Google fact check me, but he said never let a good tragedy go to waste. So you can look at things from whether it was the Charlie, Kirk thing, how people will then spin that to mean something else or use that to do something else, or with this or that. Anybody that's in power, anything happen, I would never be surprised at what they try to use that to do. So I wouldn't put it past it. That would seem right. Steve, what you think about this?
I mean, I think Stacey Muscle ain't gonna make because that campaign gonna end up backfiring on her because you either much got big either much working for you and trying to get information from Stacey from Tommy to go back to Stacey Muscle. And he and she is playing a dangerous game right now.
You got a special request, man. They want to know your thoughts on power orgies.
Oh,
So
geez.
Power OG.
What's about the power orgies again, man? That might be a good little spinoff. Power orgies. Woo.
And they just got to filming power orgies.
They did.
Yep. So they can.
That's gonna be your new favorite show. Power orgies.
Yep, power orgy. Yep. You already know Courtney Camp and Sasha Penn. They're gonna be the showrunners for that show.
No, okay. Hey, I want to see it. You got me excited about it. I'll tell you, what's one of the things you want to see in power orgies?
I want to see Breeze in a show teaching Kane the game and taking him up under his wing with him.
Yeah, okay. That is gonna be interesting to see how that play out. When do you know when it come out, the show?
They haven't. I mean, stars haven't even much pronounced no date. We ain't gonna know until maybe 2027.
What? 2027? That
Yeah,
can't be
because you
right.
know why I'm saying 2027? Because they got Power Raising Cannon to either much wrap up before they either much star premiere Power Origins.
Okay.
Yeah, that is true. They do got to wrap up Racing Canaan.
But that shouldn't, man, they better not take no 2027. That's over a year and 2 years, man.
But you know how they like to drag stuff out, Jay.
Yes,
This
because they
year's
have
almost
18
gone.
episodes.
This year's almost gone anyway.
Yeah,
That's
because
true. But they can bring out Raising Canaan in the first 3 months of next year. Then
And they
that's
ain't
like
even
9 months left.
they haven't even got the Pete Valley. And Pete Valley been dead filming since 2024.
Oh, man,
and Pete Ballard still ain't even much came out in 2025. So I guess they holding it back though.
well, P Valley got a whole bunch of other issues. I don't know if y'all familiar with, but it was a lawsuit because they were suing. They stole the story. Somebody was saying that they didn't get.
Yeah, Nikki Gilbert.
Yeah, and all of that, and so and then it was originally a play, and then Uncle Clifford, that man got stuff going on. It was a suit or something going, or he wanted more money or whatever. P Valley had a lot of behind the scenes issues why that's not out, and I don't think it may come back out. Be honest, and then the girls are getting older and things, and so
But they season has been done filming for a year.
oh.
The season has done
Oh, okay. I ain't know.
done filming since 2024.
It's probably their final season if it ever get out. But because of the lawsuits, they can't probably put it out till that's settled. So, and if it
I
don't
thought
settle the right
Nikki
way,
Gilbert was settled.
I haven't been keeping up with the day to day. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
like I have, but I know that was their issues at first. I don't know
Yeah,
what.
Nikki Gilbert's that thing's been settled. To the showrunner Takari
Yeah,
Katori, she put
Katori.
out that
Yeah,
that's been settled.
okay. Because I was thinking it probably wasn't probably done because they had that down in the valley thing with
Mm-hmm.
Uncle Cliff. That was like a
Yeah.
reality show though. I only saw like one episode of that, and I was like,
Yeah, I saw some of it.
yeah, I'm like this whack. Because then strippers' lives is not really that interesting in real life. It's more interesting on the show. Just like drug dealers' life ain't that interesting in real life. They're not killing and doing all that stuff every day. They get busted. How you gonna have all these deaths and stuff around and stuff? If anything, just like the mob, they don't want no deaths and things around and you robbing people on the drug block. Eventually somebody gonna call the cops. Eventually somebody gonna come shoot. Eventually all this, and then it's gonna bring attention, the heat, it's gonna mess up your money. Like that ain't really the case. Most things that get blamed as like gang violence or something is not the same as drug violence. You know, just like they try to say narco terrorists, that doesn't really exist because narco is what? Narcotics. A narcotic dealer. A terrorist is what? For an idea. You know what I'm saying? You what? Trying to do 9/11 for an idea or whatever. So what are they doing with the drugs? What they gonna bomb something with fentanyl or thing. Like, no, they don't give it away. They're not gonna like drop a bomb of fentanyl on the building and get everybody addicted or something. Like this don't add up. What they terrorizing the nation because they sell drugs.
I thought the narco terrorists was just another name for the cartels. I'm
But
trying to
they
get a
don't do
foothold.
terrorism though. So they try to use that so they could use the war on terror with the war on drugs and combine it and say, well, you're a terrorist, so we can blow you up. We don't have to
Oh,
take you to court. That's what it really is because no cartel gives away their product, and people buy drugs, but it's not terrorism. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody going around to school and dropping a dope bomb on them or something, and then they all they all
And
come.
you know the crazy part, Jay? Like they don't say nothing about those pharmaceutical companies that be sitting there making all the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They don't do nothing about that.
yeah.
But
Here's
they
the
want to talk about a war on drugs. Like, you know how many people are addicted to prescription drugs that OD on prescription drugs every year?
I got something even deeper than that I'm gonna tell you. But CR man, Sicario is a great movie. And Sicario 2 is good. Miguel says Sicario 3. Sicario, dang man, that's some good movies, man. If y'all want to see some real gangster stuff and how the cartels and stuff, but it ain't terrorism. What actually he did was terrorism to the cartels. And that's the only way you could really get to them. I ain't gonna tell you the end, but what he did to them, he terrorized them. He was working for the government though, with us. But anyway, they had him working with us, but not with us. So that way you did that stuff. But hey, we didn't do it. He did it. He don't work with us. Yeah, we know him. But then you see how I'm saying? Try to put a little space between or whatever. But Sicario ain't no joke, man. But
See, the thing is, Jay, they don't understand. Like, sometimes the reason why people be resorting to street drugs because they be addicted to these prescription pills. And then when they can't get the pills anymore, when they cut them off, they still got that urge. So they resort to the street drugs.
well, let me say this.
And it's like a revolving cycle. It's like a
Well, it's a couple things with that depending on the street drugs. But what I will say is this though. Okay, so pharmaceutical company, right? They make what? Pain pills, opioids, things like that, right? Well, how, just like cocaine or something, how is it made? From the poppy. Okay, how is the poppy? Where is the poppy coming from? So how are they making oxycodone, oxycontin? They have poppy fields. Pharmaceutical companies have these fields. Well, who's working them? Where are these fields? They have licenses to grow drugs legally for pharmaceutical purposes. But who knows what? I mean, they are actually making opioids. You can't get oxycodone and oxycontin. That is opioid based. You can't make that drug without the same thing that's opium that's made to use to make heroin. It's actually it's heroin based. Anything.
exactly.
Yeah, so like they have heroin farms, but they get permission because they use it to make medicine. Now, I'm not going to say that this medicine isn't real or it doesn't help people and things. I'm not going to say that, but who's to say everything they use is used for medicine or they don't do this or that? These companies are very big and powerful and have all kind of stuff going on, and it's easy to paint somebody somewhere else in the world as the one that's the problem when the incentive structure is the problem, and all the stuff going on, and well, this one is bad but this one is good, or this one or that. Man, there's so much going on. But
That's what I'm saying. Like, you want to paint the cartels as the bad guys. And I'm like, yeah, I understand what they're doing, but you got to look at the flip side too, like, come on, these pharmaceutical companies and stuff. And then they got a nerve the jack up the prices of these medications like by 200, 300, 400% than what is really worth, what it costs. Like that pill probably costs really like 50 cents to make, but they want to charge us.
Is that you can go to Mexico and get the same stuff, and they don't have with people doing bad things, we try to protect everybody with regulations, and I'm not going to say that that's always bad because we need regulations, but then it can be sometimes regulated where it's all basically profit structure one way. And so like you can't get medicine without a prescription from a doctor, where you can't go to the doctor without insurance and paying them, and you can't do, and all of these costs start adding up. It's another middleman, another middleman, another middleman, another middleman. And you can go to Mexico and just go to the pharmacy and be like, you got this? And then they'd be like, yeah, it's such and such. And then you get it and walk out. And it was $5, whereas by the time you get it with the copay and insurance, or you got to pay this, it was $500. And it's like, this is crazy, but man,
this is why they were doing all this hooping and hollering and fighting about this whole shutdown thing, because they talking about they want to try to keep the premiums down, which is understandable, because I'm telling you, man, you shouldn't have to be sitting there having to decide whether I should pay my rent or pay for my medication. Right. We shouldn't have to be making decisions like that. But this is the way.
They shouldn't be any healthcare companies.
Wow. So you think healthcare should be free?
Yeah, and your taxes. And you should be able to choose your doctor. That's like me saying for your house, you want to get your grass cut, but you can't go and call a lawn service directly. You got to call me first, pay me. Then I'll find the lawn service for you. See this is crazy. That's what's happening though. Like you can't go
to
yeah, like if everybody had health care because we citizens, you just find the doctor you want, you go there. You give them your information. It ain't no bill. It's paid already. How can they rip you off and stuff? And how can it be multi-billion-dollar health insurance company? Where'd the money come from? This in between the doctor and our care. They don't want this because they won't have jobs. So if you in the health insurance industry, you don't like what I'm saying. You like, oh, I got a good job. I'm gonna go and be unemployed. And so are you saying that keep my job?
Doctors are not even doctors anymore. All they trying to do is just push pills down your throat.
Not even that.
You know what I'm saying? And don't even care how it affects you, how it makes you feel, or anything.
No, that ain't it. Because they get money from the health insurance companies. They have to have a certain schedule of where they treat something. So if you have cancer, they got to go through this treatment to get the funding. They can't be like, well, I'm going to prescribe this out the box thing. They could lose their license or their funding. So they're handcuffed by insurance companies who are not doctors, telling them how to treat or do this or prescribe these pills or this or that because this is cost effective or this is what is commonly used to treat this. Why are you using this drug or why are you doing this? That's not what. So in a way, doctors have lost the ability to use their own judgment and do stuff like a judge in the court. They got mandatory minimum and stuff. They can't say, well, you know what? You a first time offender did this. I'm going to let you off with the mandatory minimum is 30 years. So yeah, it's out of my hand. So like you ain't a judge no more. Your judgment is not being used. And all of this stuff goes against the person in the end. The person is about to go to jail, person trying to get treatment. But the people in the between, they still make money. Like, okay, those people will lose jobs and okay, it's a good job. So how would you feel if I said, hey, if you try to get rid of me, I'm the one that you got to contact for your grass to get cut. I make $1 million a year. You want me and my family to not be provided for? You want me to not have a job? You know what I mean? Yes. I'm making $1 million a year between you and you getting your stuff done. That could have been going back into your pocket. I charged you more. Say it only costs $10 to get your grass cut, but because you got to go through me and you don't have a choice, it's $20. I made you pay twice as much all this time, but it's my job. But you want me to be unemployed though? Yeah, thief. So, but people don't think of it that way, and that's the argument. But we gonna lose our jobs. You shouldn't have had them damn jobs, But because we don't have this stuff, and also, I'm not saying it's a perfect way if everybody had health insurance, because then the government got everybody information. But government got everybody information anyway. So I mean,
This is where you get the term big brother.
what you was breaking up.
I said this is where you get the term big brother from.
Exactly, because they got everything. They know your health. And here's another scary part of that, which this can still happen with healthcare companies, but they can say, well, you ate too many burgers this week. We gonna lower your money or do this, or you can't get that, you eat too much candy,
And I'm telling you, this is why they telling everybody to reapply for food stamps, because they want everybody's information. They want to keep everybody.
Nah, they want people to not get back. If you gotta reapply, you may not make it. You may not reapply.
Well, that too. It's gonna be some people that's not gonna make the cut, of course.
Yeah. They sent me for my health insurance. They say they're gonna kick me off because I didn't submit my bank account information. This is for a bank account I don't own and never had. And I told them I don't have this. I don't own this. They like, well, I don't know what to tell you. You better try to get the bank get the bank to say you don't. I go to Chase Bank like, man, I need a letter or something saying that this ain't my account. Oh, we can't do that. I'm like, what? You can't just say this ain't my account. They like, well, nah, we don't have a letter saying that. I'm like, well, say that this account is the only account I got. They're like, we can't do that. I'm like, man, what?
Oh my God.
Man, that's what I'm saying. This was this week I had to do this.
So like they don't be sending like the people that be doing like the census to people's houses anymore. Remember that?
Yeah. They supposed to. It depends on where you are in this process. Like, of course, in the beginning they're gonna send it because they want to make sure you're really a person and stuff and all of that. But they supposed to send people at least every quarter. But in my experience, which I do got a lot of experience on this one, that don't happen. I think maybe in 14 years, maybe I know under 5 times for a fact. I want to say 3 or 2. So
Damn, that's sad.
yeah, that is. Ain't nobody coming. For one, they ain't got the funding and the people to be checking and stuff and things. So, they have another way of doing it, which is if you are with a company or this or that, then they make them verify or something and things, but they could be lying too. Who knows? So
do they check by like voter registration?
Nah. They shouldn't know if you voted or not, to be honest, but they always, when you go to the doctor, they always want to ask you stuff like that.
A doctor.
Lord Dragon got a good point. A doctor would never tell you to eat fruits and vegetables. That goes against their teachings. It does. And
that is so true. I ain't never had, long as I've been going to the doctor, I ain't never had nobody tell me, oh, you need to eat this certain fruit, vegetable. They always try to push, oh, baby, you need this medication, that medication.
Yep. And I won't say this is necessarily a bad thing, but it's not necessarily a good thing either. And that is doctors that are out of shape or fat. And the reason I say it's not necessarily a bad thing is because, yeah, you may be fat or out of shape as a doctor, but that don't mean you don't know better. Like, people know you shouldn't smoke, you still do it. You just don't give a damn about yourself, maybe is the problem. But you just don't want to do it.
I'm just thinking about it because it's such a contradiction. Like, how you claim you call yourself a doctor, but you're sitting there smoking or you out of shape. So how you gonna tell me that I need to do what I need to do in my life and you not even doing what you need to do? I mean, yeah, you a doctor. Yeah, you a doctor. Yeah, you got a degree. But I'm just saying, whatever happens, you practicing what you preaching.
That's true. That was only, they didn't apply that to everybody before. For some reason, doctors used to get a pass in life. And only recently have we in society looked at a doctor as you should be healthy. Because if you remember, even going back into like what, the 60s or 50s, black and white TV, it'd be like 8 out of 10 doctors smoke Camels. And they'd show a doctor smoking a cigarette or something like, yeah, these are the healthiest cigarettes you can smoke. And the doctor would be smoking or something. So, you know, they looked at him more as the knowledge and not as an example. But you should be an example as well, you would think, especially if you know better and you know this is healthier for you, then why would you not do it? You know, it just don't seem to add up right. But I don't agree with the people like Joe Rogan out there in the world that think if you a fat doctor, what do you know? You a dummy then. Like, no, they did go to medical school. They did learn something. I mean, not that every doctor, you know, whatever, but got to take things with a grain of salt. But not too much salt. You get high blood pressure. But anyway.
Yeah, no, not too much salt. I don't even like salt like that.
Me neither. Unless it's on like potatoes.
Yeah, because I mean, everything naturally has salt in it already. Like, why chance it? You know what I'm saying? Unless I see there's absolutely no seasoning on the food, then okay, I'm going to put a little bit of salt on there.
I know, right? All right. Oh man, I got some good topics to get to, man. I should have did this tomorrow. But Yvonne, dang man. You just
Oh yeah, I heard about that story. That was sad.
Yeah, she said, Jay, did you hear the story of the women in labor got turned away and gave birth on the highway? That's the thing, man. If I was that man, that wouldn't have happened. My girl, I pulled them drawers off and squirted that baby on the floor right there in the hospital before we got squeezed up in the car on the highway. Nah, you mopping this up. You should have put us in the room. We about to make a mess of this lobby, like, hey, squirt that out. We gonna leave the bag, a baby bag in this everything, the giblets, leave it everywhere. Clean that shit up. That
What you gonna do? Lock me up?
for real. Should have put us in the room. Hey, I know she wouldn't have wanted that cootie cat out there, but you know what? Your ass ain't squeezing no baby on the side of the road and bagged up in the car with me. Hell no. Hey,
I'm
either
telling you,
y'all
yo,
put
when
my
I'm
girl
labor
in the
pain,
room right now, or I'm pulling these drawers off right here in the lobby. Lay down,
for
baby.
real. For real. What?
And then I saw her bent over and screaming and with her. Oh hell no! The baby about to poke a hole through your drawers, man. Hell no! The baby head was flat on the top because she was sitting there.
People don't understand. Like, you can cause more harm to the baby by doing that.
Yeah,
You know, like, come on.
yeah, man. I would have been suing them, and they would have been mopping too. Clean up on aisle 2, man. Yeah, no, I would have been raising hell though. I would have called 911 and had the ambulance come to the hospital. They're like, we already here. I know, come to the lobby, god damn it. You got an emergency. Straight up. Seemed we done lost Damian Kinney, but he said he ain't gonna be able to hang that long. It is a little over an hour. Before we get out of here, anything you all think about Power since we didn't had a little time, let it marinate, see it again. I will say one thing. When I did watch the first time, and and we see at the end Claudia walking out like $1 million. Man, you can see Tommy at the end of the block standing there with the hood on when she walks out. You can see him. Like if she just looked like this, oh shit, hey, get him. Like that was so obvious, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm nitpicking.
Yeah,
But
because Claudia though, and she much gonna be coming after Ashanti. That's what she gonna end up coming after, because you remember what last season she the much Tommy and Ashanti was the one set up Claudia, and he the one stabbed at her in the side. But I mean they should have just cut her throat, and they would have got her up out of here last season. But the writers though don't want to kill her off.
Yeah, they let some people hang a little too long than they should.
Tell you one thing, the first thing Claudia need to be doing is going to that penthouse and taking a nice hot shower. That's what she need to be doing. Okay, because I know daggone well she up in there stinking.
And I guess women don't got to worry about dropping the soap, huh? They gonna take
Nah,
that.
we ain't got to worry about that.
If you drop the soap, they may stick it in there. Stick the bar into the soap holder.
Yeah, though, because I see Vic in love with Rhea. I mean, it ain't gonna end for Vic well, because she gonna end up being his downfall for him at the end of the season.
You think
Because
so?
because I don't think those two relationships ain't gonna be last long in the show.
I think if anything, that relationship with Vic and her will bring down Stacey Marks, because she'd be like, "Oh, he was your CI, and you had him with me to get information. Oh, your campaign over with. You on some old Rudy Giuliani type ish. What the hell?" I think that might break them up, bring her down. Of all the things, that could be the one that ruined her campaign. You can't be having no CI sleeping.
Yeah, though, and that can cause Stacey Mark is a mouth.
That's my point.
Tommy need to be worrying about Che, because Che said, "Look, I don't want no drama out in the streets. If I hear you messing up my money, we're gonna have problems. I'm gonna kill you and your family." So
Yep. And you see, he was beating that dude, beating him with a change and turning him upside down and put him in the ocean.
Che ain't playing.
Nah, he ain't.
Because he don't want no war with these Mexican cartels in the street.
And again, I've said this before, but they have never on this show, on none of the shows, none of the power shows, they never made them move like a drug dealer. And my point with that is, like, he moves by himself, or Ghost move by himself, or Tariq. Like, they should have backup, a security guard, something, a entourage, something. Like, your house is wide open. Everybody know who you are, what's going on. I don't know, man. I think Tommy's so easy to get got by the cartel or anybody. It's just crazy. But anyway, Damien, what you want to say before we get up out of here? Welcome back before we go. But what you think about this episode before we go?
This episode was it's a standard 8. I say 8 is always my standard, but that's the way things been going. But I think Tommy's enemies are just too many around. They ain't all on the same page, but it's too many enemies around and not enough allies. So I'm interested in seeing where they go with this.
Yeah, Karima Smith. Shout out to Karima Smith. She said Claudia's death will be epic, and Tommy will make sure of that. You think Claudia's donezo? You think Tommy gonna make sure of it?
Nah, I think the Flynns are gonna get back together. I mean, they all they have. They did what they thought was best when they took their father out, but they see they don't have anybody else. All they have is each other.
Right. Yeah, because and I see Vic is gonna be getting up from under Tommy boo, and he gonna be ending up going right back to Claudia, working with her and Alicia. Because you already know she ended up scared to death because her days is numbered. Because when Shanti find out that Alicia been working behind her back with Claudia, I see Shanti gonna end up taking her out.
Yeah, I mean, I think as far as what Karima said, Claudia, I do think she should die. I hope she don't make it. Ah man, I don't like if Tommy do it just because dang, Tommy just gets everything done. But uh he's probably the only one wants her dead, or rather wants her dead the most. Well, the cartel, if anything, maybe Tommy will make sure she maybe take the fall for something and the cartel do it as well. Who knows? But I mean, if he sets her up, I would like that better than him doing it himself. Not that Karima said he would do it himself, but I would. But also, we ain't never seen him be that smart, but it's good to finally see him getting smarter. But I don't know. I
Right,
think
and
Claudia girlfriend definitely got to go.
yeah, she have to go.
She'll
Mm.
probably leave herself when she realizes that all Claudia wants is power. She'll probably leave herself.
Mm-hmm. And
Vic,
don't, yep. And Shanti too, cause she is not working with team Tommy. Shanti is all in it for power, and she want to be the top dog, want to be the drug and the villain, and she either much don't care nothing about Tommy. Claudia is only for her own team. It's Ashanti the showstopper, not Tommy.
true. I still don't get her angle. Do she really care about Jannard or not? Because she was
She
ready to
don't. She
flip.
just using Janoid.
Yeah.
No, she don't.
She humiliating him.
Well, he humiliated her.
She's
Well,
emasculating him.
yeah, that's what it is. She felt humiliated. I guess nobody want to look bad with a tweaker.
Exactly. Like, come on now. You
Right,
make him. I got a reputation to hold out in these streets.
right,
Anybody gonna take me seriously and I'm messing with a crackhead?
for real. That's like if you out with your woman and everybody remember her as the bust down. How you gonna feel? You gonna feel bad, especially if you didn't know. You just found out right then. Oh yeah, she used to do everybody on the block. You be like, huh? What? Wait a minute. What, baby?
Hold up. Wait a minute.
I know you made me take you to Red Lobster first. You were giving it to them for free for this smoking to hit the blunt. What?
The
Ah,
way the
Hey,
way I see it going is Claudia and Vic, they reconcile with each other, but Vic stays away from the game, or he keeps his hands clean so he can deal with the money, so he can launder the money. That way, Vic gets the life he wants. He has money, but he's out the game. Nobody knows he's in the game except for Claudia. Claudia is the face. Claudia out front. Claudia called the deals. All Vic do is deal with the money. And that's what Vic wanted. Vic really wanted out when he was trying to get out with his first lady. With this second lady, he can get out. She don't know where the money coming from. She don't even know that he's Vic
but that's
unless
the
he
problem.
unless he tells her.
But what he gonna live as Jason? He don't have no ID. They can't get married. They can't. It's just yeah. That eventually it's gonna. And the longer it take, the worse it is. You've been with me for 5 years,
But see, he could change his name.
man. Yeah, he
It's
could.
simple to
You right.
change your name.
You right. He could.
you right.
Oh
He,
man.
he got a lot of heavy lifting though. He got more heavy lifting. In that opinion, my opinion. But you right.
Dude, she don't know Vic is working for the Fed. She don't know she giving he's feeding intel to Stacy Marks.
She don't know he a
What
criminal. She don't know his name. That's the whole point we saying.
Yeah, he's in there lying, talking about his name, Jason Booker.
No, but
All
here's
she got to do is do a background check.
I guess you could do that these days with your phone. She is an investigator or a important. But how many people background check the people I guess women probably do that more nowadays.
Women do.
Especially if you got kids, you better
Women
put a
do.
background check on them.
Yeah, I guess you got a good point with the way that things are going today. If I was a woman, I'd be checking on your ass. Well, I let you in my house and whatever you got to do. So I
But see, what kind of record does Vic really have?
well, she would know that he ain't Jason, whatever. But here's the thing I was gonna say also is like again, Vic and Claudia still don't need to do this. So yeah, maybe that dialysis stuff didn't work out. But what, did it close or go out of business? No. I didn't see or hear that part. So either they could sell the company or still keep making money from it. Or what about that mansion and all the stuff that they had in the assets and Flynn? Like they should have millions still. Like, why are they still hustling, moving packs and stuff? Why is she trying to sell this drugs in the club? That condo would have been sold. That's at least got to be close to $1 million. Them some floor to ceiling windows. That thing look like a warehouse. It's so humongous in there. So that's got to be at least $500,000. Like, why you need that condo? You got a room. It's a 6x9. So I don't know, man. I think in reality they liquidate a lot of that stuff, and she'd had money for protection. She did whatever and flipped this, and I don't know, man. They got them doing silly stuff sometimes.
It could be. It could be the things that his father owned. They belong to the IRA. It could be the money could be tied up overseas. You never know.
Possible. I'd like to hear one line about that at least. Maybe I missed it, which is possible, but I mean, it could be a holding company that you got that stuff in. That's possible. And then if he dies, well, technically it was never in his name to begin with. He was living there, but the house, you don't have to have a house in your name to live there, you know. So, and it could be yours because you lived there for 20. Hell, a lot of people don't know this, but the Playboy Mansion was not in Hugh Hefner's name. It was in the company name. And I think they did that. So if he messed with any of them girls, they couldn't sue him and take the house and stuff. But
Slick move.
because it was reported that he only lived on like $2 million a year. That's all his net worth was technically, or something like that. And everything else was in like the company name or this or that. It wasn't in his name. But everybody know that's his house. That's what he do, and so it's his cars, it's his jet or whatever. So you know,
So,
that's possible.
did we ever find out what Walter Flynn did? Was he an arms runner or was he a drug dealer?
I think mostly drug dealing, but he probably would have did whatever crime fit fit the fancy,
Cause I thought
whichever one
he,
made the most involved.
cause I thought he was hooked in with the IRA and was running there and was running weapons for them.
Probably was, but
I
his
didn't think he
age,
was. I didn't think he was big in the street. I thought he had like a little foothold, but I didn't think he was real big. I
well,
thought I
at
thought he
his
might have came
level,
from the weapons.
well, no, they were still in the drug game. They may have been in the weapon, but at his age, that's why he was up at that level, which is realistic because it is people's drugs are still available in America. We all know that. So if somebody's still doing it, somebody got to be making things happen. So those people would be in that rarefied air like that and insulated with companies and shell companies and stuff. And on the surface, look legit like a business person. And when they were younger and things, maybe they were a little more street level. But at this point, he's removed himself from that, but he can still call the shots. Hey, make sure this, that, and the other happen on the street, but then he won't do it. That's why they always get people like that to go to jail or whatever on conspiracy, because a lot of the word conspiracy got thrown in the conspiracy theory and make people not question it. But a conspiracy is basically people conspiring, working together in secret to do something. And so if you the boss, you ain't putting it in the newspaper what you're doing. You making these moves privately in secret with your crew. And you telling them, hey, go do this, do that. Will they ever find drugs on you? Never. So if you go by police standards, you can never arrest him because he'll never be at the drug deal. He'll never have the money. He'll never have the drugs on him. But they are the mastermind. They are the ones. So that's why they get them in conspiracy charges. And so, it could happen. He could go down that way, but and that's why they try to say racketeering, or what they was trying to say with Diddy, what they call it, conspiracy. They said it was conspiracy and racketeering or something, didn't they? What they call
They
it?
try to hit him with a RICO.
RICO, yeah, which is racketeering, influence, corrupt organization. So basically the same thing, like he the mob boss. I want that booty oiled 2 times a day.
I swear, the way he was acting like he was a mob boss.
I need 1,000 bottles of oil shipment. Okay, now how many bottles of oil is that? Okay, well look, we're gonna have to take out Johnson and Johnson. All right, now we're gonna need a new distro. Okay, well Walgreens, they can't move product fast enough. What about CVS? I heard they was good. What about Walmart? Walmart, now we may be able to get in the distro with Walmart. But a backroom deal, take them down. I could get a direct distro line. I could hit up somebody with Johnson and Johnson, man. We could get that oil. We can get it in bulk. In bulk? Oh shit! All right, now,
I want to know what they did with all that baby oil.
in evidence.
They,
In evidence.
and they said Diddy just paid for the prison. He just paid the prison Thanksgiving dinner.
He should have. He probably really did that because he didn't want to eat that prison food. And if he would have just got his own stuff catered, they would have broke that on the top of his head. So he like, you know what? Everybody Thanksgiving on me. And I'm just thinking of the mind of a narcissist, how they would think. I don't give a damn about them, but I want Thanksgiving. Okay. I don't want to get my ass whooped. See, I'm not, everything is them first. I want
exactly.
Yeah, I don't want my ass whooped. I want to get away with it. I got money. What can I do to get what I want? Okay, I'll pay for everybody. Now I got what I want.
Now he running the prison. Yeah. Well, hypothetically.
Hey, a little bit of stuffing and mac and cheese go a long way. Hey, you put that kitty, it's gonna be a turkey on every plate in the pen, okay? You get a couple slices of turkey with gravy on every plate. We get turkey with gravy.
Oh man.
With kitty. All I need is a distro. I need a distro with Johnson and Johnson. You in or not?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh Lord Jesus.
What if that was how he operated? How can we get 1,000? Hey man, Walmart only got 100 on stock. Damn it! Walmart don't respect my gangster. What about Amazon?
He out there, bro. He out there driving his assistant crazy, running around trying to find supplies of baby oil. That's crazy. I would hate to be Diddy's assistant.
You don't want no baby oil where he at.
Dude, I would never be around Big Diddy. Mm-mm.
Like seriously, I would never want to work for him, like as an employee, because I heard the way he used to talk to his employees.
Hey, he gonna make you get cheesecake and then just take one bite and throw it in the garbage. Like, dude,
like, who are you talking to?
That wasn't his cheesecake. That was Beyonce cheesecake.
Beyonce cheesecake.
She ain't even stay for them to come back.
Beyonce was there. I forgot she was even in that episode.
That was her cheesecake. She said on a whim. She said on a whim, I wish I could get some cheesecake. And then when they came back, he said, okay, cool. Y'all want so much. Why don't y'all walk and get me some cheesecake? If y'all can't do that, y'all need to be gone. So make up your mind. So they walked.
And damn, I ain't remember that part. I know that was stupid. I know when I saw that, I was like, oh, hell no.
But they didn't show Beyonce in the studio. What they did was they interviewed with Chopper, who was the young dude. And Chopper
Recently?
told them that Beyonce wanted some cheesecake. She said it on the wing.
Okay.
And Diddy said, okay, cool. I got something for y'all. If
And
y'all down, y'all go get this cheesecake. If y'all got so much swagger, y'all need to go the other direction. If y'all down, go get this cheesecake. Don't make me wait. Go.
yeah, that's wild. Chopper actually got some really good interviews right now as a grown man about all his life and stuff. It's actually really interesting. All the people he's been met and things and NBA players and stuff. But he said because he was only like 18 or something, 17 then or something. But
Yeah, he had warrants and everything. He wasn't supposed to be there. He
no,
gave them
but
he gave them
said
his
that
cousin's name because he had warrants under his own name.
yeah, but he said, but that's a whole nother story. I don't want to get too sidetracked, but that's another way they screwed him because none of that stuff was in his name. So now he can't get none of the stuff because none of the stuff is in his name. So how could you sue for getting the rights to this or that? It ain't in your name and stuff. So that's another issue. That. But he said, as far as the cheesecake stuff, that the people at Junior's love him. He ended up getting like a commercial with them, and like even to this day, he can go there and eat for free the rest of his life or something. So he's like, they was great, but that Diddy stuff that was bogus. But at least he still get a free meal for life now. You just got to go to Junior's every day. All right, y'all. We gonna wrap it up. Shout out to speaking of food. Shout out to Harold's Chicken Shack. Too bad my head too damn big. I would have wore this hat today. I know. I don't even want to tell y'all how much I paid for this hat. I feel bad. $70.
Dang.
These hats normally about 55.
Jacob, where your Chicago Bears had it?
Nah, it's somewhere over here. So I paid about $10 to $15 more than usual for this hat. But you know. Oh, and in the last episode 4 with Force, or was it 3? Episode 3.
Episode 4.
No, episode 3.
Oh.
When Shanti and Jannar was having a little make out love sesh with the braids and sitting there smoking, they had Italian Fiesta on the table, Harold's Chicken, and JJ Fish. That's called authenticity, okay? Authenticity. I think we talked about it in our other video about the JJ Fish. But
so they had the Italian, they had spaghetti and the fish. I heard that's what they do in North.
Well, no, what you just said is what we do in our homes. In the black homes, we put spaghetti with fish. But in a restaurant, they will have it with fries. I think JJ's may have spaghetti. So in Chicago, pretty much everything come with fries. And I thought that's how it goes until I came here. And actually, I had to give him credit. He actually made me change my mind. Because when I would come here in Indianapolis and buy a barbecue or chicken or something, they'd be like, all right, you want some mac and cheese, some greens, spaghetti? I'm like, man, no, put it on fries with mild sauce. What the hell are y'all doing? We ain't got fries. How you don't have fries? You sell fried chicken. How you don't have fries? And then I remember complaining to somebody that was born and raised here. He's like, well, when you make fried chicken, no, he was like, yeah. He was like, at a barbecue, do you all start deep frying fried chicken and fries? Or you put the wings and you got your spaghetti and your greens and mac and cheese and stuff. Like, damn, you know what? We ain't never started making no damn French fries and no barbecue in my life.
Mm-hmm.
What about y'all? Y'all ever start making fries?
Nope. No, we do barbecue down here. Like he said, we gotta have greens, we gotta have cornbread.
That's
We gotta
how
have the vegetables gotta be at the same level or better than the meat.
Hell yeah. I just ate a plate of sides just from I forgot to get the meat, but I ate a plate of sides.
One thing I can't stand, yo, going to a soul food restaurant and like the entree be all right, but the sides be mid as hell. And I'm like, what's the point of me buying the platter? I might would just buy the freaking meat. You know?
Oh yeah. Because I went to Bowman's restaurant. They food, man, you get everything on I'm talking about shrimps, crawfish, and eat the much French fries. Because when you get through eating that food, you be stuffed as a pig when you get up from the table.
And what's
but encouraging warrior just backed up what I said. Your sides will save your meal.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I went over there to a Mexican restaurant.
Like, if you got some good sides, I don't mind going to a soul food restaurant and just getting a veggie platter.
I ain't never bought a veggie platter in my life.
Now, a place with some good pot liquor, a place with some real good pot liquor, man.
Pot liquor?
I could fall in love with it.
Now you really got home old school. Pot liquor.
That's that collard green juice.
Yeah.
What?
That keeps you healthy, man.
They call collard green juice pot liquor.
Yes.
Man.
That was a little too country for me. I am from Chicago. We got a lot of Southern roots. I've heard pot liquor, but I never thought of what it was.
That's why they be having the cornbread. They be having the cornbread, sopping it up with that pot liquor, and just.
I do that, but I let the regular juice from the plate sop up the cornbread. I never thought. So somebody drinks the
no. Listen. People were raised on pot liquor now. Babies were raised on pot liquor.
What? Why?
Because it keeps your immune system strong. It keeps you from getting the cold, really. Now, we don't drink it. We don't drink the pot. As adults, we don't drink the pot liquor. As adults, we don't drink the pot liquor. We take it from the plate. But you have a baby, a child, you'll put pot liquor in a bottle.
Man, I'd be scared to give my baby that, man.
And it's like what you put in it, like you put turmeric, cayenne, you put the stuff that anti-mucus in it, and you give it to the baby. And you warm it up, you keep it warm a little bit, you keep it warm just like you would do any other bottle, and they would drink it, and they stay healthy.
Oh, baby but I will say it is some science behind some of this stuff, but because we had to make do with what we had, you know what I mean, and come up with remedies and things passed down. So I'm not gonna just poo-poo it, but I know that ain't gotta taste good, man. Although I like greens and stuff, I couldn't drink the juice of the. Oh my goodness!
It's all in the way. It's all in the way you make it. And a lot of women, they going back to the way it used to be. They'll breastfeed their baby. If they can't breastfeed their baby, they'll try to make some way where they can make an old school formula like taro syrup and other things because they don't trust this Similac stuff going now.
It's also very expensive,
huh?
And it's also very expensive with the formula.
And their baby, some babies don't like that. So a lot of women are going back to breastfeeding. They're going back to the Karo syrup and doing what they got to do with that and the pot liquor. Because like I said, we were raised on pot liquor. We didn't know it until we were older or until we were told.
Right.
But you know why you like that pot liquor so much?
Why?
I don't. You were raised on it. Look at your brother.
My brother.
He drinking it. Do you see him complaining? No.
You don't know what he drinking. That's why a baby.
No, he drinking it. If he don't like it, he wouldn't drink it.
That's what they say. I guess. I remember I used to feed my son all the time, baby food and stuff. And I would get like the fruits and stuff, and I would remember one of them, I was like, oh man, I wonder if he gonna like this, and he would eat it. I thought it was probably nasty. I never ate it or tasted it, but he never stopped eating nothing, is my point. He ate everything I gave his little fat ass. Now, as he got older, you talk about a picky person. I mean, he done went through so many changes. At one time when he was a kid, he told me he ain't like chocolate. I'm like, boy, something wrong with your ass. I ain't never heard of you.
No, it's some people got palates like that, but when they're like 2, and when they're old enough to talk, when they're old enough to tell you no, they're gonna say no.
Yeah.
And my brother, he's a picky eater. He been a picky eater since he was a child.
It's
But my
AI.
grandmama said, look at your brother. He drinking it. He and he if he don't like something, my brother's 30-something years old now. If he don't like something, he'll tell you. He always been like that.
He was younger than you?
Yeah, he's 10 years younger than me.
Oh, that's why she was telling you, look, he drinking.
Best thing you could give a baby, if you can, ladies, is of course breast milk. I understand everybody can't do breast milk like that for various reasons, but that is the best way, for the baby to get all the nutrients and vitamins that the baby needs.
Yeah, yeah.
I used to tell that to my son, mom, and she's like, I don't want my stuff to sag. I'm like, man, the many
They
babies
say Ice T's wife. She's still doing it with their daughter.
Ice-T.
His wife. Yeah.
Coco. She gotta be 50 years old.
She's
44.
That's pretty close.
Close enough.
That's right. He said, no, she 44. That's damn near. She got babies.
Yeah, they have one child.
But it's a baby that you got to breastfeed.
No. Santrea, her name is Santrea. She's about 4.
So Coco was giving them 40-year-old titties to that baby.
She's still doing it.
At 4?
Yep. She said that's their intimate time. That's their close time.
That's perverted.
Now that's cat right there, Jay.
4-year-old, you still putting them big ass titties in their mouth. They can talk. They can walk. They got teeth. And she said intimate time. What it is that's a special attention time. Ice-T too busy working. Hey man, what? 4 years old with them big old titties?
She said that's how they bond. That's part of their bond. And that's her only child. You gotta realize
this is getting worse and worse, man.
Oh my God.
That's how they bond. This is my only child. It's a girl or a boy?
It's a girl. Her name is Santrea.
At least it's a girl. I'm about to say he gonna tear her ass up when he when it get older. He gonna be tearing that up, man. The way she doing, putting them things in his mouth all the damn time. It may
That's
make,
what I'm saying. His upper children are grown.
She may be making a Manny Fresh over here. Dude. Man, I don't know, man. I wouldn't want, at a certain age, I didn't want my girl to walk around naked in front of the kids. Like, they can't be 5 years old and you walk around and stuff. Like, our son be like, he's a baby. He ain't no damn baby. He ain't grown. But, you don't be walking around. I wouldn't walk around naked in front of him. How would you feel if I would walk around naked in front of a 5-year-old?
Yeah.
So why you doing it? Anyway, at least it's a woman over a man, but still, then that activate them sexually and things, and who knows? Yeah, but dang, man, y'all have got funny, man. You say, woo. Well, on that note, we gonna wrap it up. Damn, man, I'm still thinking of them old titties, man.
Don't think of old titties. Think about pot liquor.
Pot liquor. That's gonna make my stomach turn. The old titties, they old, but hey, they still titties. I ain't gonna.
You know how to make collard greens, man. You put a little bit of sugar in it to balance the bitterness.
That's why they got diabetes at a young age. No, I'm just playing.
But you have a little bit of sugar to balance the bitterness. Then you have everything that takes away mucus in it. Cayenne, turmeric. You have everything that builds up your immune system.
I
If your
believe.
baby don't like it, then your baby don't like it. But if your baby will drink it, that's just helping them.
Just get some baby Tylenol. No, I'm just playing.
Shoot,
I want
man,
one of them
I
veggie
remember
plates
that
that
NyQuil. I
Oh,
remember you get sick and they had that NyQuil. Took one little half a cup, knock your bed clean out.
damn right. It still do that to me now. I got 2 bottles in there. I keep a couple bottles of that Quill.
I do Theraflu now.
I don't like the drink, like a lemonade drink. Just give me a shot and get it over with. I don't want to sit and drink this whole cup of thing.
Because that I don't like to fall asleep unless
I
it's
want
late
to
at
go to
night.
sleep. I want to go to sleep.
But it depends on the day. It depends on the time of day.
That's true. I take it at the time to go to sleep.
But I can't do it. I can't do it unless it's late at night.
Man, I hate
And if
being.
I be sitting up there suffering, man, I'm on some
Yeah,
Theraflu.
that's what I was just about to say. I hate being up and I'm sick and suffering and sneezing and wheezing and can't go to sleep and sweating and all of that. Oh my God. Let me go to sleep and wake up when it's over.
Yeah, I take me some Theraflu throughout the day. I'll be straight. It depends on when it hit me, when the sickness hit me.
Right. If I gotta do stuff, yeah, I can't go to sleep. You're right. But thankfully I don't get in this situation too often. I don't be out there getting sick. I guess I don't be cold working outside like I used to. But I didn't get sick a lot, thankfully, in life. It just hit me all at once.
But we had them home remedies, man. Cause my we already had a big family full of kids, and then we had to go out into school, and the other kids sick. They parents might not have what we have. You know what I'm saying? Somebody to pass down things like that, and to help you raise your kids, so they kids stay sick. And
Yeah.
if other kids stay sick, eventually you gonna catch what they got and bring it to your house.
Yeah. I never went to a big school either. So I don't know if that's good or bad. They say going to stuff, if you get exposed to more, could help or could hurt. I don't know, man. This stuff can get so into the weeds, but yeah. The way
Man, we
things
got
are going today, they got everybody addicted to plastic, which that causes so many problems that they don't even have the studies to tell us yet. But it can't be good. Everybody got all this plastic in their body
hmm
thing.
see,
So
we got kids in nursery school catching foot and mouth disease, that rash.
what?
Yeah.
I didn't
And
hear that.
they in nursery school. My neighbor has a grandson. He's about 4. He goes to daycare, nursery school. He caught foot and mouth from his uh nursery school mates.
You sure? Because I was told or read that foot and mouth disease is not transmissible to humans. Of course, could be new information. It could not be whatever. But
I don't. It might not be foot and mouth, but I know it's a rash, a terrible rash, and it goes around children.
well, foot and mouth is a prion disease, from what I remember, which is basically a brain. It'll mess with your brain more
Okay,
than like a rash. But I could be misremembering things. I look at too much stuff, so sometimes this stuff get jammed in. I don't ain't like I be taking a test. So
but
let me.
it's just like commutable things that you can catch from one another.
It say
Right?
right here, foot and mouth in children. Let me see. You might be on to something. Hand, foot, and mouth, common viral infection in children that causes sores in the mouth and a rash on the hands, feet. Look, told me something new. That's why I see. That's why I look up stuff. Don't ever be pride. Not saying you, but everybody. Never be too prideful to look something up, and
Yeah,
don't have
yeah, of course.
don't have your identity attached to stuff. Like I wouldn't be like, well, I don't want to look bad, so I won't look. No, this never do that. But anyway, it say it's
But
caused by viruses like the cox something virus, cock virus, and the contagious and spread through saliva, stool, or blister fluid. Yeah, kids be boo booing it, not washing their hands. Treatment focuses on managing symptoms like fever and mouth pain and pain relievers and cool fluids to prevent dehydration. There is no specific cure, and antibiotics are not effective. Oh my goodness. This is the problem with this because they grind up these animals that have this and put it into hamburgers and stuff. That's why it's always good to get a solid piece of meat like a steak or something. And also, if some of these dairy cows have foot and mouth disease, they'll still milk them and sell the milk and say, well, it doesn't. Man, if
And see,
people knew you
this
just
is
told me this drooling, nasty ass cow's milk, I'll beat your man. What the hell?
and see this goes back to what I was saying. Like a lot of people are going back to home remedies for their children.
I mean,
Because we have so many
definitely
things are coming back on the scene and things of that nature and prices going up. They're going back to the way that is simpler and more cost effective. And
see,
it works. It
but here's
works.
the thing though with children. This is why it's in children because they don't wash their hands. They dirty and touching stuff. It say this how you get it: kissing, hugging, sharing cups, or eating utensils with an infected person. Kids be drinking after each other and touching stuff, and it's
Yeah, but see, it could be the adults too. Like a lot of these nurseries have cameras in them, so where the parents can look in and see what they're doing. That is necessary because
this
you never
is
know these workers, man. These workers do this, do that. They don't wash their hands,
that's
and not,
true.
and the next thing you know, these kids are sick.
And the
You can't
workers
blame it all
changing,
on the kids.
the workers changing multiple Pampers and not washing hands. They can
Not washing
spread it
hands
from one
immediately. No.
baby to the next baby and kid.
Hmm.
That's true. You're
They'll
right.
be with the last baby. They'll change the last baby and then wash their hands.
And they not the most highly paid, most educated people out there. Although they know they should wash their hands, people get comfortable and lazy in life. Unfortunately, damn
And
man.
then you have all these reports about these nurseries being investigated and these schools being investigated.
Here it go
Here's the
right
camera
here.
footage.
Here it go right here. Wash hands thoroughly and frequently, especially after using the toilet or changing diapers. There you go. Them people, the workers changing diapers, kids and people using the toilet. Yeah, they should be doing that. Damn. Encourage children to wash their hands before eating. Keep sick.
Hmm. And
Man,
see,
I'm
and
so
see a
glad
lot of people,
when my
and
kids.
with these things and nurseries and schools, they have a supply list. So your kids supposed to have their own cups, their own little cleaning up stuff, all that. A lot of parents complain, well, why they gotta have all this stuff? Look how much it costs. But that's their health you dealing with.
Right.
They supposed to have their own sippy cup. They ain't supposed to share. And whoever washing them is supposed to make sure they don't share.
Mhm. Jamari said grown people don't be washing their hands after using the bathroom. That's true, but the difference is they don't come across as many people on average as a kid. You in the classroom, like most grown people ain't in school no more. Majority of grown people are not in school. So yeah, you could be at work, but everybody at work don't touch on each other and stuff. Yeah, you could touch a desk. This, it's just with kids, it can spread quicker and easier. That's why they focusing on the kids, I guess. But you know, grown people don't wash their hands. You're right. It's a bad problem people have.
And that rash is painful.
I'm sure.
And you don't want to watch your child suffer.
No, no parent does. No parent does. So that's why you gotta be stressing parents. Make sure your kids always wash their hands and what they touch, and don't drink after other kids and stuff. I remember back in the days we used to be like, "Let me get dibs on that. I got dibs." We
Yeah,
couldn't
remember the
even finish
candy
off the
necklace?
rest of somebody else's food or meal. So that was like one of our favorite things.
Remember the candy necklace?
Nah,
You remember the candy necklace, Jay?
cannon necklace.
Candy necklace.
Oh, yeah, with the little string and they had the little bar, the little thing around it on the rope.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody
You
pull
let your
off.
homeboy have a bite?
We would pull them off though. We ain't biting off the rope. Bite my necklace.
You
Ooh,
let the girl you like have a bite though, right?
it's like candy.
You let the girl you like have a bite, right?
No, because they have no girls in my neighborhood during that age period. Would have been nice. I probably would have gave it the whole thing, shit. But I wasn't fortunate to have girls around too at the younger age, too often. So, we ain't really have them interactions. So I had to make up for it when I got older. Come here, girl. Nah, but
Sneaker freak.
for real. Hey, I'm making up for lost time. I didn't get none when I was 10. I had a candy rope. I wanted to give it. Now you're going to have to get the full D. Hey, it's the way it go. Sorry. Payback's a bitch. Anyway, on that note, call it a night, man. Everybody, I appreciate y'all for coming through. Everybody, staying to the end. Oh, yeah, people not taking vaccines. I think they said the measles or the mumps and stuff coming back.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, people got to be careful out here, man. People, man, oh, my goodness.
Yeah, because you don't trust this Trump administration with nothing.
Man, not only that.
Oh, nah.
You take your own life in your own hands. Why take another person's word for it when we live in the information age where we could just have in the palm of our hands a phone and Google stuff? In my lifetime, that wasn't that long ago, we had to go to the library and look for books and know what to find and look stuff. Who could do that?
No, my parents had an encyclopedia.
We had that stuff.
The encyclopedia man, he came every few years. Every time he came, my parents got some more encyclopedias.
But my point is, it's only so much in that book. It's only so much information you have. You have the access of entire human knowledge base in a phone. You can Google anything humankind has done. They can't put that in an encyclopedia. That's why they got to keep coming with new updates and new editions and this is free.
Mm-hmm.
So like we can check anything, any information, learn stuff, videos, images. It's just
I just said that to contrast how it was and how it is now.
Man, you couldn't stop at my finishing point, man. It's the second time. I'm trying to make my ending point like Bill Maher, man. So my closing point, but my point is use the tools, man. Don't take another person's word for stuff all the time in life. You know what I mean? And whether you get the encyclopedias back in the day, like he was saying, you would only have but so much because it's only what's printed. We have everything now. So I just get amazed watching people, like whether it's Trump or anybody, take somebody's word for it. So anyway, that's the end. My point. Use our brains, get information. People want to say, but this source or that source. Look up more sources, but don't put your life or make decisions based off what somebody else say, especially when they ain't gonna answer to what you did. Like them January 6 people, they was catching cases for what? So anyway, now I'm done. And we up out of here. Damien, Kenny, you want to say anything before we go?
My fault. I apologize for stepping on you.
You all good, man. You ain't did nothing wrong. I just was trying to wrap it up. But
so you going to get breakfast or?
Man, I tore my car up the other day doing that. Did I tell y'all
that? Say that. Dang.
No.
Yeah, man, I ran over a curb at McDonald's and I didn't see it, and it lifted up the bumper some. And then I went the other day to take it to the body shop, and they tried to charge me $3,000 something. I say, man, y'all crazy. And I was talking.
Oh no!
I know, and they just wanted to give me a whole new bumper and this, and I'm like, dude, it's a bolt to replace, because that's all it was. It was no damage, physical or nothing, but a bolt under the thing that clamp it broke. Anyway, I had just came from this Italian restaurant. I had some lasagna and breadsticks. Man, it was smelling good. I was about to eat it. And the dude was like, hold on, man, give me a second. And it was cold outside, windy, and he went and got a bolt and fixed it for me for free. I'm like, man, you know what? Yeah, try this lasagna on me, man. You had this lasagna, man. So I gave him, it was $20 lasagna too, but you know what? He saved me. But I wasn't going to pay them that no matter what, so I don't give a damn what they said. I wasn't paying no damn $3,000. That damn bit, my car was going to have some duct tape on it or something before
Jay was trying to
But you
crash
did
into
now?
the front door of the McDonald's like the Kool-Aid man. Oh yeah.
The boy like, oh no.
Oh
Oh
You good now, though?
no. Yeah, well, it's good. I better not hit nothing else. I know.
no. Yeah.
But dang, man, I was so mad when that happened. I couldn't believe I didn't see that thing. It was so dark. But yeah, man, it looked good. Nobody will know. Only I know. And y'all. But you can't visually see, and it's not like making noise or hanging off or nothing. He actually did a pretty good job, but he got like a bolt and a washer. It's not the exact parts, and it kind of a little bent where from the curb thing. So, you know, I better be careful. There, cause I showed, man, I ain't got it, boy. I was about to have to trade it in.
Uh-oh, better call Baco.
For real. They out of business. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good rest of your weekend.
You too.
All right, you too.
All right.
All right. Thanks everybody for coming through and everybody that stayed to the end watching. Y'all have a good rest of your weekend and holiday. And peace. And we out of here.